Good morning, everyone. Well, yesterday we spoke about purgatory, but there was another little issue that some people ask about and say, what happens to unbaptized babies? Are they going to go to purgatory, or what's going to happen to them? Now, the church believed at one stage in a thing called limbo, and I think limbo is kind of, we understand, it's not that thing where you dance under a piece of rope. They're talking about that you're in a state, if you like, of spiritual suspended animation. In other words, nobody knows where to put you, so just hang on over there, we'll make a decision later. That's not what happens. Remember, what separates us from God is sin. And the question is, if a baby hasn't been baptized, especially a baby, has it had an opportunity to sin? Well, it has no knowledge of good and evil. And it hasn't been able to reject God. And so therefore, the belief is that those babies will be in heaven. They can't go through purgatory. They haven't done anything wrong. So therefore, they would go straight to heaven. Important thing again is, as I spoke about saints the other day, is that we unite ourselves spiritually, even with little babies who have died. And I think it's also important with many parents that they name their babies, even if those that are stillborn, to name them so that they have a name that they can identify with and be able to pray for and pray with. Remember, somebody said, well, how old are we going to be when we get to heaven? Well, are those people who had infirmities or disabilities or whatever when they were alive, are they going to be that way in heaven? Well, no, we're not. We're hoping that we'll all be perfect. Of course, our physical bodies will be slightly different in nature, but we'll be perfect. But what about a little stillborn baby? Where will that stillborn baby be in heaven? Well, we believe that they would be at a perfect age, which theologians might argue be around about 30. They're all going to be 30 again one day. You might not recognize me. I'll have no. But we will be able to recognize that person because we know them, and we will be able to communicate with them. And we develop that relationship through love, and we develop that relationship through prayer. Now, please, I'm not asking you to hang on, if you like, to a sadness, but to rejoice in the opportunity to be united in prayer with somebody who we don't have. So babies will be saved, but let's pray to them and pray with them and pray for them. A wonderful day. Keep yourself safe. God bless. Bye-bye.